Okay, so here we've got, you can see here, this rather unnatural looking pipe system across and down, just zoom in there, across the bottom of the bed of the beck here, which leads all the way down there back onto Milner field farmland. And if I just take a quick swing around before I bring the camera back to me, I'm going to give you a little tour around this place because it's one that people have been asking about. And here's this rather sweet, but as you'll see, man-made little fall. And there you go, big slabs of concrete down there, and then we've got something else in there which really shouldn't be in a riverbed, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, hello again. Over the last couple of days or so, I've had 3 people all asking about where the boat lake was, where the boating lake was at Milner Field House. It was actually just a short stroll down the hill through what was then the park, but is now part of the Milner Field farmland, which is just up that way over the brow there. You can see that. So this area is now kind of fenced off, but you can see behind me from the photos that there is what is basically, can you just see that? Oh, turn the camera the other way. You can just see up there, there's like a little waterfall. So if you look closely enough, you see that it's actually man-made, and it's not natural. They kind of cut in this little hillock ravine there. Isn't natural, quite natural either. So what was going on? Well, this was where the boating lake was dammed, and in a minute we'll take a look at what pipes and things remain and what parts of the mechanism for the water release system are left. I had a friend of mine look down here, and he's had a quick look and said, yeah, there was quite a volume of water that they were keeping up there, which obviously had to be sprung and released at some point. Now, have a look around me. This whole area is in one kind of like almost perfect hollow bowl around. And so in a minute I'm going to go up and over the other side of the brow to where the kind of original culvert starts. But there's only one known picture of what the boating lake would have looked like, and I'm going to put that up as well. But it is a really beautiful little spot, and somebody's made a campfire here, probably really nice in summer. And you've got the first shoots of spring coming up now, you see on the floor there. So imagine this whole area, beautiful lake filled with water. As we know, Sir Titus Salt Jr. was very, very fond. He was a mad orchid grower in his greenhouses, which were specially heated and protected so that no drafts could get in. He'd have his own pulley heating system. He would grow orchids up to 8 feet tall, lapigarias as well in these greenhouses, and he was actually one of, if not the top orchid grower in the entire country because of his passion. He was very fond of that, and they say that, well, he used to decorate the boathouse sometimes in summer. They'd have Chinese lanterns in there as well as in the main greenhouse and orangery. So you can imagine this area, beautiful Victorian boat lake, the boats out, all decorated up. It would have been absolutely just perfect. And of course, not open to the general public. It would have been their own private boat lake. So yeah, in just a moment we're going to look at clamber over the other side, because it is a bit thick with thickets still. Even in winter it's covered in evergreens. And then I'll give you a look at where the stream and the culvert comes down, and you can, at the very end, you can see the remains of what is actually a pump house too. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, so from the view down there, back into the hollow where the boat lake is, about halfway up you can see how close we are to the house. Would have just been a short stroll. Little pathway down there. All of this would have been the park area. You can see lovely views and catching that south-facing sunshine here, and like the beautiful Sunday afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to take a look down now into the depth of the ravine, which is right down there, which can get quite steep. So here we go. Okay, so you see this area of the stream which runs parallel to the pathway which is going up there, because that incline isn't fully natural, and this does, yeah, it has the appearance of being carved out. You can see the layers in the clay there, so obviously it's been dug deeper to hold more water, but it's also been done by time and nature as well. So we're going to follow the ravine on up there and look further down. You can see where the holding wall would have been there, built to hold the water back. And round here you can see a better view. So that would have been the bed of the lake all the way down there, kind of like a triangular shape. And this kind of stone terrace ledge where I'm stood, I presume would have been the shore of the lake. So yeah, that deep flow in the middle would have been a controlled flow down as the beck moved along. So I can't actually get down there without personally injuring myself. So I'm going to go around and back from the other side. But you can see how deep it gets down from the actual road that's built up there. Okay, so here we are. This is the original culvert. You see, built in that lovely brick which is used throughout the estate. This is what feeds the boating lake, and it's quite a jungle through there. Could have done with a machete to get through. I had a few weird looks as I was scrambling up and down the embankment. But it's a lovely spot. Apart from the wrecked bike down there, you can see that someone's very got sick of the motorcycle at some point and dumped it down here. Or maybe it was twocked, who knows. So yeah, it's a lovely day, lovely spot. So right up there is the carriage drive. So yeah, steep one down. So this has been built up, ramparted, culverted through, whatever you want to call it. I'll try and get down there to have a look through the culvert, see if you can see the other side. But yeah, it's pretty thick down here. Alright, so there you go. Get that down, you can just see, tilt the camera down, you can just see daylight at the end there on the other side. That's where it feeds in from up from Bale and Moor, Shipley Glen. There you go. Nice bit of workmanship there. Still looks pretty much intact. Nothing's collapsed, nothing's grown over it. So you can see there's a little hinge mark up where it would have been on the side there. There would have been a sluice gate to stop rubbish and things sliding down it. But now, you see, if you just look down there, you can see wall and pillars at the side, and then like beneath me, got all kinds of masonry strewn around. So it's obviously been collapsed at some time. At this point, it's all grown over, and yeah, flooded recently as well when we had those rains and things. Okay, so that's my climbing done for some time. Yeah, it was another effort just to get out of that ravine alive, without drawing blood as well, I must admit. There's a lot of holly bushes down there, so if you do go down, yeah, definitely just be careful in this day of, you know, rampant health and safety and all that. You've got to say it if it's going out on the old tippy tappy. So yeah, that was I didn't show the entirety of the boating lake, but that bed at the bottom and the mechanics at the other end, the pipes and everything to filter and let water off. The culvert, which is at the steep end, the track end, where the track's been built up. As we know, we're on to, with this side, we've got, I've got the actual house ruins behind me. We're on to the side up near the other town. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little brief look at the boating lake. It's like somebody said to me yesterday, you know, it'd be nice to kind of exhume the ruins in and look for stuff, but I don't know if that's such a good idea. But what might be nice someday, if we ever get out of this nightmare, is you know, to have a boating lake there again. You know, I don't think if the council have thought of that, you know, it could be quite a nice attraction. I know they're just interested in tourism and the money that it brings, but you know, why not make something of the site a little bit? But then, of course, if you're going to do that, then you're going to get people bringing the litter and their bad attitudes, and the residents probably won't like that either. So yeah, we might just scrap that one for now. So still trying to get into the kitchen gardens. Can't quite manage to catch the family that owns the land in at the moment, and with the coof going on, it's difficult to just kind of approach somebody. So yeah, there might be a fourth video, I don't know, if anyone's interested. So for now, thank you. It's lovely Sunday afternoon here, Milner Field, and it's quiet as well. It was absolutely packed the other day, but it's nice and quiet today, and the sun's out and it's warm, and I'm actually getting too hot now, so I'm going to go get a cold drink, and I'm going to sit and enjoy the weather. All right, see you all later. There we go. First bumblebee I've seen this year. How are you? Beauty, aren't you?